Hello, everyone. This is Suzanne Knabe-Nicole from Police Science Doctor, broadcasting live from the UK, the United Kingdom. I'm here with my weekly live broadcast to social media about police science snippets. Now, what are police science snippets? They're basically information that I've extracted from journal articles published in the fields of criminology, investigative psychology, forensic psychology, law enforcement, policing, military, anything that might be useful to you, the practitioner or the academic or the student, because many of you don't have the time or the access to go through lots of journal articles. So I'm trying to do that for you, and I try to find bits that might actually be relevant to you, that are not too specific, not too abstract. So I send these out every week to my email list, and you can join that Police Science Doctor email list for free. You get the email every Tuesday, and you have the links to the original research there, whether you can then read the full article or only the abstract is down to whether you've got the subscription and whether it requires a subscription or not, but at least I'll give you the access to the source. Okay, so I'm a conduit of information. Police Science Doctor is supposed to take information from evidence-based scientific studies in the fields of law, criminology, policing, and passing them on to the practitioner. That's what I do. So you can join the email list for free. As I said, go to Google Police Science and go to Police Science Doctor and just leave your details in the registration form there. You will get them sent to you every week. So the first issue, or the first snippet for today, is about crime deterrence from street lighting. So they've actually installed some street lightings in New York's public housing developments. And they did that a few years ago, and they found some immediate reductions in crime, but they also wanted to know if it's got any longitudinal effects. So this study now looked at the longer term impact of those. And they have found that after 3 years and running, it still has crime reducing effects, which is obviously very cost effective. And there's no evidence of displacement. So where the streetlights are, there's less crime, but the crime has not been pushed into other areas where maybe the street crime, where the streetlights are not present. So there is no evidence of displacement, which is very good news. And this is the case even during the daytime, which is perhaps a little bit counterintuitive. Why might the presence of streetlights that are not visibly on actually deter crime during the day? But, there's something about the area then obviously being appearing more looked after that seems to be deterring crime during the day as well. And the greatest effect in terms of crime reduction was actually found for the most serious crimes, which again is very, very good news. So if this might interest you, go into the snippet email that I sent you today and have a look at the original research. The second snippet for today is about stress and policing. Now, stress is known to negatively affect performance, and this has been specifically demonstrated for emergency services professionals in critical incidents. So very bad news for police and law enforcement. Police officers' stress levels are associated with negative work-related issues, such as burnout and absenteeism. I know that most of us knew that already, but here's a study that is actually proving this, and it's actually open access, which means all of you have access to the full article. If any of you wanted to take some evidence on this to a supervisor and ask for some more mental health support, stress reduction support, for a yoga teacher and meditation instructor to come in and work with your practitioners, then here's some evidence to show that this will actually have a good effect on you. And also, Police Chief Corey Darling from the States that I interviewed last year with my colleague, he has implemented measures to look after his police officers better and reduced costs massively, reduced absenteeism, reduced insurance claims, so much so that the insurance company contacted him and asked for what he was actually doing. So this is definitely worth doing it. Have a look on the watch page of the Police Science Doctor website and look for the Chief Corey Darling interview. And the third snippet for today, and the last one, is about rapport in virtual interviews. Now, I've talked about rapport a lot in interviews and policing. Rapport building has been identified as an effective tool when interviewing victims and witnesses of events that may be sensitive in nature. And it also enhances engagement and disclosure from suspects. So we know that already. It has now also been found that this applies when conducting virtual interviews as well. Participants whose interviewers worked on building rapport provided substantially more dialogue and reported more accurate details in those virtual interviews. So whether it be because of COVID or whether it be to protect the witness from potentially upsetting presence in police premises or being in the same building as a suspect, virtual interviews also benefit from rapport building. Okay, so this is the takeaway here. The other thing I wanted to show you today was the Global Policing Conference. So let me actually copy the link to that into this, and I don't know if this will appear in all the platforms, but it's globalebpconference.com. So this is something that I'm involved in as police science doctor. It's a 24-hour live broadcast starting in New Zealand and then being taken over in the UK, and definitely worth your time, because whatever your shift pattern is going to be, you can tune in at any point during those 24 hours. And the rest of it, if you've registered for the conference or the broadcast, the live stream, it will actually be live streamed from TV studios. You can then watch up to 6 months later. So obviously you might not stay awake for the whole 24 hours, but you have access to it. So you can register as an individual or you can register as your whole organization. Again, so it's the Global Conference 2022 Exceptional Policing. It's the Societies of Evidence-Based Policing coming together and delivering this fantastic global TV spectacle. And in the email I sent out today, you also have a link to that, and if you go into that website, you can watch a short video of some of the bits from the last year, from last year's conference. So I hope there was something of use for you in all of that, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this content useful. You can get access to each episode's transcript with key learning points, timestamps, and references if you get yourself onto my mailing list. Just go to the main website on policesciencedoctor.com, and on the bottom of each page you will find a sign-up form for notifications of new content. Just enter your first name, your preferred email address, and the type of organization you work for. You will not get any spam. This is just for me to let you know about new content and for you to get access to all the transcripts.